All right, of course, the attention is going to be turning towards our next chance for storms here this week. And it looks like we'll see a few tomorrow, but the coverage is not going to be nearly as high for Tuesday afternoon as what we saw today. It will pick back up, though, a couple more times this week. We'll talk more about that here in just a second. But let me show you what's left of the storms for this afternoon, which started early today in western Maryland. Then they really started to ramp up as they got a little bit closer to our area. But some downpours still across parts of Somerset County. Looks like Smith Island really getting it right now with some big storms, lots of lightning and thunder there. And again, these showers are kind of making their way closer to Ocean City right now in Snow Hill down towards Pocomoke City. They are falling apart, though, the farther south and east they get. And of course, as the atmosphere cools off with the sun having gone down, it looks like that chance for any more strong to severe storms is next to nil at this point. Just a little noisy for parts of our state here for this evening. Look at some of these rainfall totals. This is going back to this morning, and look at this across parts of Anne Arundel County, east of Odenton and south of Glen Burnie. We're talking 3 to potentially up to 5 inches of rain. And again, this occurred within about an hour to hour and a half time. And that's the problem with these storms. They have so much moisture to work with, they don't really need much time to dump a lot of rain, and that's exactly what they did. Through Baltimore City up into parts of Baltimore County, so around 1 to 2 inches, Timonium, Towson up towards Cockeysville and all the way down into Baltimore City. And even parts of Howard County picking up some decent rainfall, particularly in the southeastern portions of the county, down around places like Laurel, seeing some pretty decent downpours there. Temperatures right now into the 70s across the region, so we've cooled off nicely in the wake of these storms this afternoon. It was hot earlier today. It looks like we'll be back into the upper 80s for tomorrow, but again, notice the chances not nearly as high as we go into tomorrow afternoon. There'll be a few around. The best chances are going to be if you live east of I-95, so that would be the eastern shore, southern Maryland. Coverage will be a little bit higher. So what happens in the atmosphere is you have these triggers. You get the heat and humidity. Just think of that as if you're going to get a fire, that the heat and humidity kind of is the fuel, and then you have to have a triggering mechanism like a match to get it going. And that's what these little triggers in the upper atmosphere do. And we've got one that moved through this afternoon. We're in between them tomorrow, but then another one's going to come through on Wednesday, giving us another chance for storms. So again, tomorrow afternoon, notice that we don't have as much green on the map, so just some widely scattered storms there. We'll start Wednesday off dry, and then look what happens with the next trigger that comes in. Big storms flaring up across the area, so we'll be watching that. Thursday, we get another break, and then it looks like Friday will be the next trigger that comes in that fires off some more storms. So we're getting these just about every other day with some isolated chances in between. Here's your Maryland cast for tomorrow. Best chances, again, the beaches, parts of the eastern shore. Watch out for that if you're heading there. Southern Maryland as well. Rest of the state, only very isolated chances for storms. First Alert 7-day forecast. We don't have an alert day possible on Wednesday yet. Meteorologist Steve Sosna will evaluate the data and look, and maybe he might upgrade that to an alert day possible for Wednesday. It looks like storms, though, will pick back up in intensity, and then again on Friday, we have an alert day possible there for more severe weather. And then this weekend, Saturday is going to be your drier day. Storm chances increase, though, Sunday evening. We'll keep you updated. Alex.
Derek, thank you.